Hi sculpture classes, this is Mrs. Cook. I wanted to get on here with a quick video and kind of explain in detail what you're going to be doing for this sculpture activity. By now you should have already done the Ed puzzle on artist Andy Goldsworthy, and now you're going to make a sculpture of your own. So on Google Classroom there should be an assignment called Andy Goldsworthy Nature Sculpture Activity. On this assignment, there are going to be two attachments. One is going to be this video that you'll watch for directions, and the second one is going to be a slides presentation. So in that slides presentation, you are going to get your own copy, and this is where you are going to insert a picture of your sculpture once you are done with it, and then turn that slides template in on Google Classroom. So I'm going to open up the Google Slides presentation and talk about what you're going to be doing. So, from the video, you kind of saw Andy Goldsworthy's art and the process that he went about to create these. So, what you're going to be doing for the next couple of days is creating your own sculpture just like Andy Goldsworthy. So, we're going to take a look at some examples of his work other than the ones that you saw in the video, but feel free to Google images of his work to gain inspiration of your own for your sculpture. Looking up images is great. There's lots of different examples of the work that he's created. You want to though focus on his nature sculptures specifically. So here are a couple examples, and you might have seen similar ones in the video, but he uses all natural materials, so things like rocks, leaves, branches, everything like that. What I want you to notice about these is he uses patterns. Patterns are, a repetition of colors, repetition of objects, repetition of shapes, repetition of design, things like that. That is one of the best ways to complete this project, but if you find something of his that you like, a type of sculpture, and you want to try to recreate it, by any means, feel free to do that. You don't have to do, just the examples that I'm showing you here in this slideshow. So here are a couple of different examples. The one with the red leaves on the left is another example of his circular pattern sculpture. You're going to see these a lot if you Google his examples. He uses that circle pattern format a lot in his sculptures, but the other two are a little bit different, and this is where, again, I said if you want to try something where it's not in a circular pattern, you can do that. That's totally up to you. So, to get started, go out in your yards, go to a park, however you want to do this, wherever you want to do this, and just gather materials. So these things can be leaves, flowers, sticks, rocks, pebbles, even pine cones, vines, any material you can find outside from nature. Once you have those items, and you do want to get multiples of each item, especially since you're going to be repeating these objects multiple times to create the overall design for your sculpture, but then begin to arrange them in a circular pattern to create your sculpture design. And I will show you a student example on the next slide in a moment here. When you are done creating your sculpture, then what you're going to do is take a pic of it with your iPad and then insert it into the blank slide on this presentation. When you are done with this, please make sure you are clicking submit and then turning it in to Google Classroom so that I can see that you have finished it and I can give you participation for it. The most important thing with this is get outside, be creative, and have fun. I like this activity because it's going to give you guys a chance to, get away from the computer for a little bit and actually create some types of sculpture without us actually being in the classroom. So here again are a couple of student examples. So you can see they gathered multiple objects outside and arranged it in something like a pattern, if this is the format that you want to do for it. Again, it is, I guess you would say, the easiest way to do this, but this is your sculpture. Be creative and do this however you want to do it. but try to do it in the style that you've seen Andy Goldsworthy's work. The last slide is where you're going to insert the image of your sculpture, where it says insert image of your sculpture here. So have fun, be creative, do your best, and I look forward to seeing your sculptures.